Welcome back to Unlimited Reads. You're with Chris, and thanks for joining me today for my very first random reading check-in for 2025. This is going to be replacing what used to be my weekly reading updates, which I used to post on a Sunday afternoon, and I felt that a change was needed. Sometimes I didn't feel like filming on a Sunday. I felt that when the mood strikes, I'll just give a random reading update on whatever day of the week it falls upon. In this case, here in Australia, it is a Thursday morning at the time of filming. So let's get into what I've been up to recently. Now, I did start off the year by reading Curse of the Mistwraith by Jenny Wirtz, which is book 1 in the Wars of Light and Shadow series, and I did get to the halfway point before temporarily shelving the book. Now guys, I want to positively reinforce that it's not a DNF. It is being shelved for the moment. And let me explain why. The book started off great, it was all good. Then as time went on, I started to get confused by a few things, but I normally wouldn't be like that. So I want to say up front that it is not the fault of Jenny. She is an incredible writer. It's the issue lies with me, and after a little bit of introspection and a little bit of reflection, I realized that I think I had a bout of fantasy burnout. What I mean by that was 2024 was a very heavy year for the genre in fantasy for me. It took up 45% roughly of my entire reading volume for the year, and some of those books were massive, and I think Wind and Truth really did me in at the end of 2024. I didn't realize I was mentally exhausted, so when I picked up Curse of the Mistwraith, I was really optimistic and things started off really well and the writing was great, but then it just the fatigue started to set in. So I want to say that it's no reflection on Jenny as an author. I'm not DNFing it. I realized that I needed palate cleansers. I think I realized that I was actually craving that because I was so mentally fatigued from reading so much fantasy that I couldn't continue and needed a bit of a break from the genre. So no fault of Jenny's. I am going to get back to the book, and I'm looking forward to continuing this series, but I just wanted to be upfront and honest with you about that, because sometimes reading fatigue or fantasy burnout is a real thing, and Mike over at Mike's Book Reviews has talked about this, and it is a very real thing, and I think the break from fantasy is just what I needed so that I can refresh myself and recharge the old batteries and get back into it. Okay, so in terms of palate cleansers, let's go through what I decided to pick up. So it was only a couple of days ago I stopped reading Curse of the Mistwraith, and I thought I've got a lot of short reads that I could choose from, and one I went to was a couple of books that I've been wanting to read for a little while now. I've had them forever, and I decided to pick up The Boy in the Dress by David Walliams. So it's a middle grade read, and I just wanted something fun. I wanted something non-serious and just wanted something quick, and I can tell you that yesterday, guys, I picked this up and I read it in one sitting because it's very, very quick. It was very, very funny. What interested me about this book is the message and the themes that lie within. So we've got a young boy here that likes to dress up in women's clothes and things like that. So there are issues or themes there around struggling to establish your identity and things like that, and how you are viewed by people with the little quirks you have, and there was a nice little twist as well, and I had no idea David Walliams was such a gifted writer. He has a really good way with words that it's no wonder he's a best-selling children's author, and I've got a whole bunch of these. I bought the 10-book box set, so I've got a few to get through there, but they're just fun. They're light, you don't have to think too much about them, and it's very, very achievable to get through them very quickly, and was just what the doctor ordered. The next book I picked up after The Boy in the Dress was my next Doctor Who read, as my Doctor Who journey will be continuing this year in earnest, and that was Doctor Who and the Seeds of Doom by Philip Hinchcliffe, featuring the 4th Doctor. So I've only read the first chapter of this one, but it's only 120 pages or so, so the perfect palate cleanser between longer reads, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's opened up to you know, a really interesting issue or catastrophe that the 4th Doctor has to get to the bottom of and defeat. So that is pretty cool. This particular paperback is flawless. It's laminated. I got it for about $5, I think, and it's just a nice copy to have. And these are the formats that I remember as a kid. So I did used to read a few Doctor Who books when I was a kid, and they're just a lot of fun as well. They're very light, and you don't take them too seriously, and just easy to read. After that, I'm going to be picking up a non-fiction title. Now, I don't read a lot of non-fiction, but I have been wanting to read this one for a little while now, and I am talking about Night by Eli Wiesel, which is about his account of his time in Auschwitz. He won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1986, I think, yep. And it's very, very short, so I'm looking forward to reading that. I'm always interested in that because it's very important to be aware of historical events of this nature, even though the content material is very, very dark and brutal and evil. And yeah, that's just something that is nice and short that I'll get through in no time flat. And after that, I am looking forward to getting into the next Jack Ryan book by Andrews and Wilson, which has only just been released recently, and I'm talking about Defense Protocol, which I've been wanting to get to since November, and I'll be reading that next, which I'm really looking forward to. This one will feature the character of Katie Ryan, President Ryan's youngest daughter, and Andrews and Wilson wrote Act of Defiance not too long ago, and I absolutely loved that one, so I'm hoping this one is just as good, if not better. Really looking forward to that. So there you go, guys. That is it for my first random reading check-in of 2025. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing, and that promise still stands. If I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a drunk live stream to celebrate, so I'll get drunk on camera, which should be a lot of fun, and I just want to get there so that I can have a bit of a blowout, and I might just do some shots and chase them with beers, so we'll see how that goes. I could be a mess, but really looking forward to that for when it happens. But until the next video, guys, happy reading.